Hello everybody and welcome into another week of the SFA. We are here for week 3 in season 12. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see the screen. And yeah, this is the SFA. If you don't know what it is, it's an online dynasty ran entirely through Discord. You do not need the game. You can recruit, you can set your lineups, you can set up a scheme. We have a few major announcements coming in the next couple of in-game weeks, so be on the lookout for that. But as always, if you are watching this live, you might run into an ad or two. That's because we are affiliated. If you don't want the ads and you want to support the SFA and help fund National Championship Trophy, feel free to use your Twitch Prime sub. You get access to some cool emotes and no ads, obviously. We also have a Patreon, so if you want to get involved there for additional rewards, there is no pay to win. Links are in any of our descriptions. But yeah, I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Biggest announcement coming up is ranked JSOW. Okay. Yeah, okay, so Coco can hear me for sure. But yeah, BearCave games first. We have a crazy good game day coming up a little bit later. And how about Cal getting smoked? And same thing with Miami. So Cal and Miami both go down today. So we might be in for a very, very interesting BearCave for sure. Let me get up my graphics so that I know what games we're going to. And then we will get started here in a second. We always love a good BearCave. We have a very fun slate for you. As always, adding in the sportsbook really helps everybody have some skin in each and every matchup, which is kind of cool. All right, so let's get started here. Let me get this out of the way. Boom, and as you know, Oklahoma at LSU will happen a little later on. But yeah, let's get started. No more wasting any time. We've got people here. A little Friday night game day is always fun. So first up is Hawaii at Miami, Ohio. I know Rev wanted me to, if Wooly, if you're here, you get to choose heads or tails, kick or receive. Or if Wooly is here. So I don't think Wooly's here, so I will go with Coach Rev because I see him in the chat. He already told me that he wants the ball, I believe. If that is wrong, let me know quickly. But yeah, we're going to get right on into it. As always, BearCave style games is we are going to quick sim to the fourth quarter. And if it is close, we'll watch the last 2 minutes and see what happens. All right, there is Coach Rev. Against Coach Wooly's Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Some big action in the portal for Miami, Ohio. So we'll see if they can. They had a big win on the road last week against Iowa. So hopefully they don't overlook Hawaii now that they got themselves a big win. All right, here we go. Fred C. Yeager. All right, Hawaii is going to start. And Miami, Ohio wanted the ball. Stream looking crispy. Nice. All right, here we go. We are starting it out. First quarter, how is this going to go? 7.5 point favorite for Miami, Ohio. So you just know now that Hawaii is going to end up winning this game. And what is going on? Miami, Ohio, where is the offense? First quarter is done. If you pick the under on this game, you are a genius. Wait a second. We got a quick 9 points, but they get a field goal back. All right, so Miami, Ohio bettors are starting to shiver in their boots as this game hits halftime. All right, and now Hawaii takes the lead. Oh, boy. Oh, my, Hawaii. Okay. So this is getting a little bit interesting now. Fourth quarter, down by 2 scores. There they go. They add a point. Do they get... They're down 5 now. We're going to go one at a time. It's not quite the time to jump in quite yet. Now it is. Down 5. Here we go. Hawaii can win this with a touchdown. Miami, Ohio was a huge favorite heading in. This could already bust pretty much everybody's bets. As they're starting to run clock, it's basically all up to the defense now. They have to get a stop. Luckily, they still have all 3 timeouts. They fake the handoff. They're going to float it. What a call, and it's a conversion. Oh, my, Hawaii big braining Coach Rev, and he is on his back foot. That was Michael Morrow on tackle. He is a transfer. So basically, they have to stuff him, and then they might get about 40 seconds left. Power run, and he gets the touchdown to go up by 11, probably going to be 12. Yes, sir, Hawaii is a user. Coach Woolley is popping off. He's popping bottles right now, and as you know, we are outside of 2 scores now, so we have to sim to see if Miami, Ohio can make something of this. They do get a big play. That clock is ticking. They do need a quick score. Can they get it? And as the last play of the game, that's not going to matter. And that is it. 27-22. Miami, Ohio loses here. And a lot of people just lost their bets. We got a punt return for a touchdown. Everything was going Hawaii's way, it seems, today. What a crazy, crazy turnaround. Michael Clark, the quarterback, he had 2 picks. Walden only had 98 yards. Bryant only had 1 catch. They completely stuffed him. Now on the other side, Otto Tidwell, he did have a sack, so 3 tackles for loss. But Ramsauer got 2 deflections, but they didn't get any turnovers. That's the problem there. All right, and now on to Hawaii. Brad Harris, 14-29. Kennery popped off there at the end. And did Axel Brooks, the SFA player, he had 1 catch. Let's go, the freshman. Now in defense, we had a sack here and a couple interceptions. And that is how it goes. For those new coaches thinking that they can somehow do well in the sports book, the SFA is random. It will take lives. And that's why the sports book's going to be so funny, is because you could have the best possible reasoning for a bet and it's not going to hit. So I think all of my bets just kind of lost as well. But Hawaii starts us off with a bang and a massive upset. All right, so next up is we got UCLA. Coach Yui, let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive. This is the most hype around a Yui team in SFA history. They knocked off SMU, and then SMU beat Miami. So is UCLA for real? Did they really deserve this top 25 ranking? So Coach Yui, let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive. Tails and kick. Oh, man. Welcome in the Wyoming Islanders. Coach Wind, welcome, welcome. New brand, hopefully some better results. All right, so Tavarius Trace and AJ Sampson have new looks today. So if we get to see them, we might get to see some new drip. All right, so she said tails and kick. All right, here we go. We are on the blue turf. It's not often we get to come up here in the modern era. Boise State, a former national champion, completely fell off, but here they go. All right, UCLA breaks the scoreless tie first here in the first quarter. Next quarter, boom, up 2 scores. It's only 10-0, though. Still a lot of football to play, and Boise State ties it up. Or no. Okay, so they got stuffed there at the end. So a 3-point lead for Yui as we head to the second half. And here we go. Okay, back up to 10. Boise State's on the back foot. And UCLA is driving now, and they go up 17. All right, Zach Maynard. Oh my, UCLA is laying the boom here today. Are they indeed back? Yes, they are, as this is going to be a clean win here for Coach Yui, as she triples her win total. She's up to 2 now. She's in what a game. All right, Tavarius Trace, he gets one. He gets a run, and then A.J. Sampson finishes it off in the fourth quarter. Statement win over Boise State for sure. 16 of 30. This is probably one of his better games of his career, sadly. Rushing the ball, 45 attempts for Sampson, 189 and 2 touchdowns. You love to see that. 11 pancakes for Hobbs. And then on the back end, you did get a sack here. I don't see anything else too crazy. All right, and now let's go check out Boise State. Zach Maynard, and he is turned out to kind of be a bust, unfortunately. He was the backup quarterback on that Houston playoff team. In the pass game, unfortunately, Sterling Charbonneau, he only got 1 catch. He is a freak, so that's kind of disappointing. Vaughn Haley had 2 pancakes. Non-defensive, Glenn Childs, the SFA player, 3 tackles for loss, no sacks, though. All right, 2 games in. We already have a few. I wouldn't call the UCLA one surprising. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer, though. Yeah, for sure. That's what it's all about, just slowly making progress season to season. As long as your win total is increasing, you are good. You're not, it's very, very rare that we see a team go from being bad to like a playoff caliber team when a user joins. All right, so next up, all right, McNasty is here for the homecoming against his former school. Heads or kick or receive, because you're not at home, so you're only going to get to choose if you win the toss. They're coming up to your neck of the woods. Ranked number 11. We get to see potentially the first gameplay of Binks McBurnfinger of the season, the first SFA player to ever win the Heisman Trophy. McNasty wants to kick. He is back at his rifle spot, starting middle linebacker. But he also is starting running back. Right there's Bradford Blazer, Calvin Johnson, one of the most stacked teams in the country. So stacked, in fact, that his freshman quarterback he spent $800,000 on, he flipped to the portal before he ever even played a down. That is how big baller Michigan State is up here in East Lansing. This is a massive game for fantasy, a massive game for SFA lore. There's McBurnfinger. Here we go. Yes, this is where McNasty used to coach. All right, so no one toss here. All right, we're going to see MSU on the call first. First drive, and it's a touchdown. Oh boy, Michigan State 14-0. Beautiful first quarter for them. Let's see if they can keep it up, or is San Diego State going to do something? This is really a shell of their former selves down south in San Diego. As they're now up 21. Is this going to be anything? No. All right, so Michigan State looking to cover the 14-point spread. 42-7. This one looks to be pretty much over. Wait a second, it's 28 points. Can they somehow cover? Okay, down 21. This is starting to get interesting now. No, there it is. Michigan State pulls away 45-21, a statement against his former school. No love lost there as Bradford Blazer scores. McBurnfinger gets an 88-yard touchdown. Calvin Johnson, Bradford Blazer returns a kickoff. And then you get McBurnfinger again. What a game for the SFA players. So Henry Green, the quarterback, this is the reason why they They flipped Jerry Schmierman to the portal. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 260 yards, and then McBurnfinger 200 yards and a tutty per usual. He also had 4 catches for 143 yards and another touchdown as well. And then Bradford Blazer, 1 catch, 1 touchdown. That's all he needs. Chuck Lamas, 9 pancakes himself. And then on the defensive end, 7 tackles for loss for Dwayne Johnson with 3 sacks. He is back, baby. And you got Banks McBurnfinger. He had 6 tackles along with Willis Whopper. And then Roscoe Cherry, the freshman All-American, he didn't really have to do anything today. And then returning, Bradford Blazer had 95 kick return for a tutty. And then let's check out what happened with San Diego State. Vic Wally, the SFA player, he had 50 yards. Oscar Freyer as well as an SFA player, 2 for 63. Now on the defensive end, these are the last of the players that were actually recruited by Coach McNasty. You have Kimo Kikoa, Derwin Fields Crook, Junior Jabby, who was stolen from me. But yeah, dominance from Michigan State. They will surely move up in the polls with teams like Cal losing by 39. I always get my Players of the Week screenshots here. So far, I mean, outside the shock of the Miami, Ohio, I really haven't seen anything too surprising. Florida State at Georgia Tech is up next. So Coach Jackie Moon gets priority here. Let me know if you're here. Heads or tails, kick or receive. If you're not, then Mike gets the choice. You guys have about 10 seconds here. Otherwise, I'm just going to go with nobody. Georgia Tech got the win on game day last week. Florida State had a disappointing loss to Northwestern. Tails and kick. All right, here we go. Can De'Erico Claxton put it together for his first career win? This is going to be a big conference matchup already. Hey, you know what? It's not that bad to bet on the opponent because either way, then you win. Either your team loses and you win the bet, or you win and then you don't care about the bet. So, not a bad way to go. Coach Mike looking spiffy in his suit. Who's going to win this division? Last year, obviously, Virginia somehow won it. Miami doesn't look to be back, so it's wide open, whereas this one, obviously everyone's looking up at Clemson. There is the Model A and Buzz. All right, so he wanted tails and kick here. And Georgia Tech will start with the ball. The triple option team we saw dominate Southern Miss. Next quarter, how many pancakes will Juice Riggs score today? 7-0 here for Florida State early on. And they move it up to 10, but Georgia State, long drive only for 3 points. That got to be a bit of a ball buster. So only 3 points in their first game, and it looks like the BearCave woes have continued to follow Coach Mike here into Season 12. He has a history of struggling on BearCave. He is obviously the coach on the hottest of seats, as he has no more punishments. Wait a second, we got another long drive, and no, that somehow turned into a Florida State touchdown. Oh boy, so we're going to need some big plays here for Georgia Tech if they want any chance. And there it is, an interception. Here is the chance now. Can they capitalize? No! 4th down. Oh my God. All right, but now we get a punt. Can we get a long drive? There they go, and there they go. Long touchdown, Schroeder to Wards for the TD. 2 minutes left, and now we are jumping in here. De'Erico Claxton, can they finish the game? They come out empty here. The true freshman quarter blitz, and oh my, that was almost picked. 2 picks here for De'Erico in his home on the road here. That was almost picked by a defensive end. Remember, the bottom of your screen on the line, Chandler Jones, one of the most fearsome pass rushers in the country. This defense is littered with SFA players. There is Chandler Jones immediately getting to the quarterback, but they almost convert. Oh, look at the coach sporting the elbow tape. You love to see that. All right, 3rd and 3. This would be huge for Georgia Tech. Can they make a 4th quarter comeback? They're going to hand it off, and look at the pressure. My God, they get through 4th down. Scott Hill over 200 yards, averaging over 8 a carry, but he gets -1 on that play. 4th down now. It's going to be up to the defense. Rev is right. Who needs dictator when you've got these blitzing linebackers? As we got DJ St. Julian on the return. There's Marco Schroeder, the quarterback. And who is going to make a play? You got DJ St. Julian out wide. You've got Juice Riggs out wide. And then in the backfield, obviously, you got Williams. You got Todd Wards. You got Dante Lesser. We saw this team on game day last week. We are all very familiar. Schroeder, he is going to throw it here over the middle, and there is Williams, Kenneth Williams. Now, you got to watch out for number 31 on this defense, Ja'Cory Williams, a top 5 recruit a couple years ago, one of the best players in the country. As we get an offsides call here from Florida State. So a mental error there from Lashard Weeks, the SFA freshman. We get an offsides call. All right, here we go. They're going to throw it, and Schroeder, he's sacked. Not the way you want to do it. The clock is running. Anthony Tillman gets right through. No chance to even escape. Oh, dear. 2nd and 13. Juice Riggs at the top of your screen. At the bottom, DJ St. Julian. There looks like they're running some traditional flex bone. No, they're going to throw it again. He's taken off this time, and he gets tripped up. Schroeder had so much room, but he got smoked from behind. Sam Gaithier makes the diving stop, and now it is 3rd and 11. They're 8 for 20. Clock is running. Things are not looking good here for Georgia Tech. And he's yamming it. No, and who else? Bobby Cole on the sack, and now they're on to their last life. 4th and 17. The clock is running. Everybody coming back. What is the call here? Schroeder is yet to really throw. He's yamming it deep! And Ja'Cory Williams, or no, that's Matt Sapp, makes the game-winning deflection. He was looking for Juice Riggs, just not enough arm on it. So to make sure that they win the game correctly, we got to watch these. As Florida State is going to get a big win here on the road to improve to 1-1, the first win of the Jackie Moon era at his alma mater, as Coach Mike back to the drawing board that he spends so much time at after these stream losses. If I sim the plays, it won't run the clock, and then Georgia Tech will get the ball back, so we got to watch them. Because in the past, when we first started doing this, like, it would be something like this, 20 seconds left, and then they'd kneel it 3 times, and the clock would only take 10 seconds off. And then they'd get a free Hail Mary or something. All right, so Georgia Tech, remember, they got to get to 5 wins this year. Missed opportunity on this one. You felt like they left a lot on the table with only 10 points. I should have picked the under. I should have realized. Obviously, everything was an obvious pick after it already happens. What a fun game, though, honestly. For a game where we jump in with not much offense, not much life, that was an entertaining one for sure. So how did this happen? We got a De'Erico Claxton, a 92-yard run, and then Todd Ward's. So De'Erico, his first career win, not about the stats, 1 and 2, 50%, and then it was all Scott Hill on offense, though. Terry Nichols, SFA player, Amonra Leuha, SFA player as well. On defense, got a couple of sacks here. You got Cody Stallone, who's an SFA player. He didn't really do much. Couple tackles. Lashard Week had a deflection. Obviously, that critical offsides. Drake Eklund, SFA player. And Ja'Cory Williams, the junior, 3 tackles. And now let's take a look, see what happened with Georgia Tech. You got Schroeder. You really don't want him to run that many plays. And look at this. No one besides Todd Ward's averaged over 3 yards a carry. That's just not going to win you football games, unfortunately, in the triple option. DJ St. Julian, he had 3 catches for 51. Juice Riggs only had 1 catch, unfortunately. But how many? No pancakes for my boy Juice Riggs. This is rigged. And then on defense, McIntyre had the critical interception. Dante Bruton, nothing crazy going on here. Alfonso Sampson coming back from injury, though. He did get a interception. All right, so that's going to wrap up this game for us. Probably from placing a bet. Dogwater? Oh, yeah, probably from the... All right, so I believe this takes us to the Sicko Game of the Week. Dogwater, and Trog, if you're here, I think Trog's on the road. Let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive. Tails never fails, kick if you win. All right, Coastal. All right, and because this is the Sickos Game of the Week, we are going, or no, wait a second. Hold up. Hold your horses. We're not there yet. Yeah, no, we're not there yet. Sorry. Sickos Game of the Week is Virginia at, hold on, I got too carried away. That's the Patreon Game of the Week. All right, Moon, let me know if you want to kick or receive. This is his former team here. All right, let me come up with a quick prediction. All right, Packy Aurora, who is the running back, over under rushing yards. Over 150.5, under 150.5. All right, get those Bobinos ready. So the reward player, Packy Aurora. That game is not compliant with the Twitch guidelines. All right, so Packy over under rushing yards. No, okay, so over under rushing yards. Bro, the oh my god, this guy's name is not. All right. Tomoko Packy Aurora. TP. There we go. There we go. All right. So Tomoko Pacchiori over under on rushing yards. No receiving yards, kick returns or anything. Hey, I didn't go into the game. It's not a mistake. Ooh, ouch. Yeah, that's when you lose on one leg. That's tough. Alright, Moon wants to kick here. So a lot of people picking one side here. Alright, so he wanted to kick if he wins. So it's going to be Dan Daly against Utah. Utah's kind of struggled early on in the year. They are 1-1 though. Virginia trying to keep it rolling, trying to repeat in the ACC. They lost their star coach, unfortunately. And there's the sweater vest of Coach Moon, sauced out of his mind. No, dude, the word Packy, Twitch doesn't allow. Like, I just had to auto-mod that. You could have made easier names, gosh. Alright, so he wanted to kick here. Alright, so we're going to see Dan Daly up first. Jonathan Matthews as well, pretty much his whole core, and they score first up. Oh boy, could this be a bludgeoning on the road. Not a good start for Coach Moon on his home turf, and a quick touchdown for Virginia. Oh no! 20-3, 27, 34-3 in the first half. What is Utah doing out there? Well, thanks, Mango, for the subscription. I am too busy laughing my ass off on this revenge game. Oh, no, 34-6. What is the Pac-12 doing today is the real question. 34-13. I mean, they still could. So, okay, hold up. Hold up. Oh, my God. No, an interception. Oh, in the end zone. Oh, they thought he was going to make a comeback, but he went psych. The ultimate move from the former team. Give you hope and snatch it away. As that is the end of the game. Virginia wins by 14. What a way. A blowout, a hope for for coming back. And Daly popped off McNeil for a tutty. Dan Daly just gave Utah the wet whistle. I don't even know what to say. He just smoked them. All right, well, let's see how this happened. I mean, Brandon Mitchell didn't even really have that bad of a game. Packy Rora, the under hits. He does not go over. My God, what happened here? We got 6 tackles for loss. I mean, Bastian didn't even do anything. Bruno Ferrari came in clutch. Dude, the Pac-12 is in shambles today. Absolutely. All their teams are losing. Dan Daly popping off. Oh, man. Jonathan Matthews, not even the star anymore. Justin McNeil got the bulk of the carries. 3 touchdowns for J.J. Irons, the long-lost cousin of the Irons clan. Gee Louise. What a schmeckling. Alright, there you have it, folks. I don't think anybody's bets are winning any long parlays today. Disappointing to say the least. Gotta get these screenshots as always. Alright, now it is time for the Patreon game of the week. They decide the matchup, they decide the spread. And this week, they chose the rematch of the bowl game between Coastal Carolina and Arizona. If you want to let me tell me heads or tails, kick or receive again, Coach Trog. We got CJ Irons, the choke job Irons, affectionately named, against Coach Dogwater and the Arizona Wildcats on home turf, home of the Tucson tragedies. But last week, we saw a glimmer of hope for Arizona as they barely snuck past his own wife at Middle Tennessee State. So what will Arizona have in store for us? One of the most polarizing programs in the country against one of the most polarizing players in the country. And there's Dogwater, the fat Andy Reid with the visor and the suit. Coastal Carolina. Can CJ Iron shed the choke job nickname? Tails and kick. Mike Wishbone right there. Tails and kick from Coach Trog. All right, we'll see Arizona on the call first. First quarter here, and they go 3 and out. Nothing from either side. Wait, Arizona breaks through with a touchdown. Coastal responds. A close game as usual between these two. And Arizona takes the lead. Coastal ties them right back. So Coastal just mirroring them. And here they go. They take the lead here as we got a 13-13 game headed into the third quarter. Deadlock even between these two teams. And Arizona takes the lead. And Coastal ties it right back up. Oh, boy, we got a barn burner boiling here as Arizona takes the lead head to the fourth quarter. One possession at a time. Arizona goes up 10. Can Coastal respond? We're going to go play by play. Can Arizona blow them out here? This is their chance. 4th and 5. No good by Janikowski. Coastal is going to stay in it here. 4th and 2, though, and they go for it. A.J. Samuel, and now here come the big plays. Oh, boy, can they get back within 1? No, on 4th and 1, they pass it away. Still down 10. Last life for Coastal. Here comes a punt. Can CJ Irons somehow find a score? No, he fumbled and Poe Castle recovers. And there it is. Arizona's going to win the game. No, they add a field goal. And there it is. All right, so Arizona improves to 2-0. No Tucson tragedies this year. As we got Wishbone started it out, we got a battle of the field goals in the second quarter. Gamara got a run. A.J. Samuel, an 80-yard TD, the SFA player who he kept from transferring. And then Palmer scored as well. C.J. Irons, under 50%, 2 TDs and an interception. And then A.J. Samuel, obviously player of the game for them. Look at this, 3 for 110 and a touchdown. Beautiful game for him. And on defense, we had Donald Ward pop off. How did Quintarius Durr do, the freshman? He did nothing. All right, Arizona. Josh Gamara, 2 touchdowns, 300 yards. Okay. Bowers, only 86 yards today, but Gamara got himself one. Mike Wishbone up over 100 yards. And then Lazard and Greenberg both did the identical 23-yard catch. Chuck Valverde, we had 3 pancakes. And you got Taylor McQueen, 11 tackles as the middle linebacker. Sid Nash had 5. You got a sack here from Copeland, interception from him. And then the sack from Poe Castle with the fumble. Perry Williams had 4 tackles. And then Janikowski went 4 of 5 on field goals, 3 of 3 on point after attempts. Couldn't ask for an easier or a better game for him. Choke job Irons as they are now 0-2. And let me pay out our prediction from the last one here. Are all the unders hitting today? We've had some low-scoring games for sure. That one, I think, barely hit the under. All right. So now we're officially on to the right side of the graphic where the big boys play, and as is tradition, every year we watch the Cy-Hawk game. This one has delivered some of the best games in SFA history. Ron, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. Ron is no stranger to winning this game. But Iowa lost to Miami, Ohio. They're going to be angry today. You got the reigning Heisman winner, Kiko Strong, who they kind of barely beat Arkansas last week. Tails and kick. Last year, we saw Iowa State make the playoff. Their defense stuttered down the stretch as Kiko then turned the ball over 4 times in the first quarter against Tennessee. They made a comeback, but just ran out of time. And the biggest thing for Iowa State really is that they pretty much lost their top weapons for Kiko this year. They lost Jalen Knoll. They lost Mo Alley Cox. They lost Jawan Harvey. So it's a completely new look offense with the Heisman winner back for one more year. The defense surely has gotten better, but this is an Iowa team led by Jarkis, who has completely focused on the front 7. So we'll see how that works out for him. As Iowa will win the toss now. Here we go. First quarter, this game seems to always deliver. Will it do it again? Iowa State starts us out. They get up to an early 10-point lead. Iowa then adds a field goal, 17-3 now. Can Iowa stop them? 24-3. Oh boy, this one could be getting ugly for Jason Richardson. He has to start scoring. There they go. They finally score here in the second half. Can they do it and get another one? No. 31-10 here for Iowa State. My God, the defense seems to have shown up again this year. Still not out of it. Iowa, can they make this a game? It is a rivalry, and they pull within 1. Here we go. 2 minutes left. We are going 1 by 1, and we are jumping in now. Iowa State, can they clinch it? Split backfield. They're just going to hand it off here. New look offense for sure. Eric Sweeney on the tackle, the SFA player. Down a tutty, 2nd and 2. Running out of timeouts. Somebody needs to make a big play. Still in the spread. Get a handoff here. It's a delay. Can they stop him? They do. Johnny Williams only gets 1 yard. Sua Saylor, the freshman, on the tackle. 3rd and 1. You have to have it or the game is over. They're in the pistol, 4 wide. Are they going to throw this? They hand it off, and that is a first down, and that is going to be ending the game. Iowa State survives. So barring a terrible, terrible mistake, so they are actually not going to just kneel it out here. They're going to continue to run plays. So if we can force a fumble, not able to there. Second and 7, they are still not doing it. So last chance pretty much. Can they force a fumble? Handoff here. Out wide, and no. Kennard Sellers, 4-yard rush. 3rd and 3. Cam Buffington, SFA player as well, on the tackle. And that is going to be the game. Iowa State survives. They're 2-0, but they haven't really been all that impressive wins, both by only 1 score. But when you have Kiko Strong, the Heisman winner, all you need is W's. Kiko Strong yet again, 4 tutties. He is the player of the game. Iowa, one of these times, hopefully we'll get to him. Probably next year, as Ron doesn't really have a plan for when Kiko leaves. So we'll see. He's definitely in the market for a quarterback this year. So Wilson, you got Pimpton and Houseway both scored. So Kiko, 259, 4 TDs on the ground. It was really Williams all day. And then Houseway had a couple of catches, and Pimpton seems to be doing well. Stevie Scumbag, 15 tackles with a sack. Stratford had 11. Chaz Weber. And then Emmett McKinney with 4 tackles. And then for Iowa, is he missing Chad Green? Is Jason Richardson not the answer? I don't know. 2 touchdowns, though, for Dan Davis. Jason Foreman had 2 pancakes. Sua Sailor, Eric McQueen, Buffington, Booth. No sacks, no interception, no turnovers. So Tom Akerman only a tackle. So, just a tough team to run into. I think this Iowa team is still pretty good. Probably will end up still making a bowl game like they always do, but disappointing to say the least start to the year. You never want to start 0-2. You're trying to get there. I like that you are recruiting kind of like Iowa would in real life. Linebacker, front 7. Everybody recruits the talent. It's just sometimes it just doesn't come together the way you want it to. All right, so we got Ole Miss and Tennessee. So, Nick, if you are here, kick or receive. Ole Miss trying to knock them off. Tennessee, a tough loss last week. Can they rebound at home? Start a new winning streak. I don't know if Nick is here, but we're going to pick him anyways. We'll pick kick if he's not. All right, so kick. Ole Miss playing like the team that they have always expected to be. Probably because they don't have a particular coach anymore. Finally able to run a real offense and not mid-screens. All right, there's Coach Nick. Can they start a new winning streak? Bishop Moore in the Heisman conversation. Thank you, B-Dog. Welcome back. 6 months. God damn. Yes, sir. Welcome, welcome. Crazy how long I've actually been controlling. August will be 1 year when I took over, so that's crazy. 6 months. Nicely done. All right, can Bishop Moore get it done? Can they hang on to a top 10 reigning? 1-2 will not look good on the Volunteers. All right, Ole Miss. They got Brent Boozler, Booker Atwood out there. All right, this is a big one here in the SEC. We've yet to really see gameplay. Ole Miss starts out with the first touchdown, though. Nothing from Tennessee. So, stellar defense from Ole Miss so far. Holy smokes, 14-0. They're getting blanked right now. There they go. They get a touchdown. Still a 10-point game. They need to get some stops on this defense for Tennessee. It's really not happening as Ole Miss gets another one. Oh my, the road teams today are popping off. And 34-7. What a statement here for Ole Miss. Can they keep it going? All right, so we get a stop here. 4th down. And it's still a 20-point game as that is a turnover, and that is the game. Tennessee goes down. So Ronald Acuna gets a tutty. Edwards got a nice one from Bishop Moore. And then, they just kind of smoked them to death. 34-14. Bishop Moore, he got 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Not a really great completion percentage today. Wilson. And then Beach, Edwards. And then Orr still did well. Only 1 sack given up. Colby Cooley. Jamarian Sippins, the freshman, got a sack and 4 tackles for loss. You got an interception, multiple interceptions here. Sam Powell did pretty well. All right. So it doesn't seem like anything crazy. It's just they weren't converting on these drives. As we take a look, Matt Ryan, 1 TD, 2 interceptions, not the best. Eric Lane taking over for Nate Robinson. He must have gotten injured or something. And he popped off. Boozler taking a backseat to Acuna this week. And then on the defensive side, you got a sack from Sanchez. We got Terrell Devers, Eric Weddle. Got interception for Miles Ricketts. Kermit Scroat didn't do much. And yeah, that's the game. So Ole Miss seems like the for real team this year out of the SEC. At least early on. You got Alabama losing. You got Tennessee losing. You got Georgia losing. Florida, Texas, all these teams losing. So is it Ole Miss's turn to make the playoff? All right, as always, guys, game day will be right after this, and recruiting will be tonight as well. Next up, though, we got another big matchup. We got Boston College and Illinois, the debut on BearCave this season for Coach Flame. Flame, if you're here, let me know, kick or receive against the big bad Boston College, who seems to have about the next 20 years lined up for SFA quarterbacks. They have Matthew Murray, now then they're going to have Benjamin Cross, and then they're already on some of the interest lists for some of these quarterbacks for the IGRs. So we got to watch out for Boston College. They are far from not being contenders anymore. How is this season going to start for Illinois and Coach Flame? Last year he made and won the Citrus Bowl. He's going to try to take it a step farther to challenge for the Big Ten. No team from this division has ever won the Big Ten. Long way to go, though. Here is a big test early on. Vince Wilfork decided to come back for another year. All right, Boston College will win the toss here. And here we go. Illinois and Boston College are off. And a quick three for Illinois. Boston College, though, they get back. And down 7 early. Oh, dear, down 14. Come on, Illinois. No, 24-3. We're going to see another massive upset. Oh, my. Today is the day of blowouts, it seems. Illinois just putting together nothing. They add a field goal, but less than impressive from this offense. Not sure what's happening here. Is Boston College now 34-6? Okay, a quick touchdown there. But this might be a little bit too far gone. A fumble now. Down 21. This one looks to be over probably. Boston College wins it. 14. Illinois goes down. Kyrie Irving, Matthew Murray to David Tyree. SFA player still wrecking havoc. Pee Wee Hop did get himself a touchdown, though. Tim Miles, 2 for 1. And then Boogie Toes only had 2 carries. But you're down so quickly, there's really nothing you can do. Holman over 100. Steve McKenzie got 155. Eddie Royal, 37. Pee Wee Hop got 19 and a touchdown. Blocking, you had Pancake and Breastfeeder. Both did their jobs. No sacks today. Vince Wilfork didn't really do anything. You got Joshua Sutton. Xavier James didn't do anything off the edge. Nothing creative from this defense, it seemed. Matthew Murray, 24-31. He put together a great day, and they just kind of ran it down their throats. David Tyree, 155, 2 TDs. Oh, boy. Lance Tomahawk, and then Takeo Spikes, who is the last of the SFA defenders on this team. So lots and lots of upsets happening on BearCave today. Nobody is safe here in week 3. What does that mean for our game day here a little later on? Oh boy. Alright, and now we are going on to our main event of the BearCave stream. The defending national champions and the only two-time champion in the SFA's history are coming out to defend against the former team of Jay Jetta's Minnesota. Are they going to be able to knock them off early on? So this is just a straight-up pick. Who wins? Clemson or Minnesota? Get those Bob and Us ready. Yeah, 1 minute here. Is Clemson for real? Are they going to be able to defend the throne, or is Minnesota and Slade Roden, now that he's free from the handcuffs of Jay Jetta's, going to be able to do something here? A lot of people, including myself, think that Minnesota is actually now a good team now that Jay Jettis is gone. And now that we just saw Illinois completely shit themselves, Minnesota has a great opportunity to take control of this division early on with a big out-of-conference victory. We know nothing about how this Clemson team is going to age. Obviously, any national championship team is going to lose some key contenders or some key pieces, but all right, I see nothing from anybody. No users here. So Clemson versus Minnesota. Slade Roden, can he get a key victory at home? This is a big road game for a defending champion. A tough one. They've had 2 byes to start the year. Slade Roden, the sophomore, he got a ton of progression up to a 90 overall as a freshman. Jude Abraham decided to stay. Many of the core pieces decided to stay. Iceberg Cave, much of the defense. You got Marvin Irby, Shaquan Bowser, AJ Klein, all decided to stay and get away from Jay Jetta's, who's often known as a tough coach. And a quick touchdown here for Clemson. Obviously, our cover athlete is still on this defense. You got Martin Black, and a quick 14-point deficit here. And oh boy, Clemson, baby. Can Minnesota battle back here? No, they do not. So down 14, headed to the break. It's been all Clemson early on. And there they go. They push it to a 3-score game now. Minnesota really not doing anything here. Looks like this is going to be a tough finish for the home team. Wait a second. Minnesota putting together something. Obviously, Brandon Charles is the man now. All right, so Minnesota, this is their chance. Down 10. And oh my, Slade Roden is kind of cooking. First and goal, second and goal, third and goal. Touchdown, Minnesota. And here we go, folks. The kickoff, down 3, Minnesota with the 4th quarter comeback. We really had no gameplay to show for today. Anything impressive, I guess. Can Clemson finish them off? This team just completely owned the playoff. Got a miracle win against Ohio State. It is a new-look team. They got Brandon Charles. They do have a new quarterback. And then they have Drew Stowey, who's an SFA player as well. But Charles up the middle, and a big run to start out this drive. The replacement coach using his timeouts early on. And another handoff, another delay, and Brandon Charles doing what we saw him do in the playoff against Buffalo. Just run, run, run. Wide open holes. And now Minnesota kind of on their back legs. They've got to get a stop here. Another first down pretty much ends this game, and there they go. They finally collapse. That's BearCave and Marvin Irby, both SFA players coming through. All right, so, and they use that final timeout. So if they stop them, they're going to wind up getting about 20 to 30 seconds left as we go to the outside, and can they stop them? Broken tackle, Brandon Charles down the sideline. And that is going to clinch the game for Clemson. What a run. Number 1 is going to stay undefeated on the back of their running back. And Clemson is going to be running until they puke off that one tomorrow as we get more broken tackles. That was the chance to knock off number 1 to turn this program around, and that might have just sent Minnesota into another decade-long of mediocrity. 2nd and 7, still a slight chance here. No, wide open hole up the middle, Brandon Charles. Watch out for Charles, man. This guy is a beast. They really got a thumb to replace Jay Jetta's. As we are now going to get kneeling, and Clemson survives. Will Hearn is the new QB. Minnesota had their chance there at the end. And with that, we have one game left on the schedule this week. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be Oklahoma against LSU, both undefeated, both surprising. Jay Jettas and Coach Skyflyer. That one will be coming pretty soon. We got to wrap this game up, see next week's matchups, and then I got to take a few-minute break here. Brandon Charles, Master. All right, let's take a look here. Prediction-wise, most of the money went to Clemson, obviously. Easy money, if you don't say so myself. Don't get cute when number 1 is playing. Clemson, how did they do it? 21-0, obviously. Abraham got a tutty. Roden ran it. Bailey ran it. Slade Roden, 57 attempts. You're not going to win when you have to do that. Rashawn Bailey only. And then Jude Abraham, a TD. Devin Hester had 3 catches. And then AJ Klein, the Butkus winner last year, 2 tackles for loss and a sack. You got Delvin Blizzard, the freshman SFA player, gets a sack. Yashikon Bowser, obviously. BearCave, Freddie Funyuns, the freak flip. Marvin Irby, he did not get another sack. A pretty much crazy full SFA defense, honestly. And then Clemson, Walter Hearns, the new head guy, 91 overall junior. He more of a game manager. We'll see if he can lead them back. But he was, it's all Brandon Charles on that offense so far. And then Drew Stowey is an SFA player. He was an in-game recruit who committed via Insta-commit early on last year. That's why you don't really recognize that name. On offense here, Bilbo Berkman gave up a sack, rough. And on defense, anybody of note, Martin Black, our cover athlete, of course. 4 tackles, 2 deflections for the Beast. He performs very well on game day style games. Caleb Presley as well. He had himself a sack today. All right, so with that, BearCave is over. I only got one highlight for the whole day, and it was that Charles run to clinch the game. That's quite all right, as I'm sure we had a very highlight-filled watch party yesterday, and I'm sure we're going to have a very good game day here as well. But as is BearCave tradition, we're going to preview next week's matchups, which will be next Wednesday at the same time, 4 p.m. Pacific time. All right, so, and if you're on Patreon, take a look at these games. Patreon watch party will be on Sunday morning, So make sure you are attentive, you look at these games, and you vote in the polls accordingly. All right, so here are the matchups. Sorry, I was muted for a second. Arizona at Oregon, Arizona State at Cal. This one loses some of its muster, unfortunately. California just got smoked. Minnesota, Central Michigan, UTSA, Penn State, Old Dominion, USF. FIU versus Northwestern, undefeated teams. Akron, the ranked Akron, takes on Indiana. Nebraska, Hawaii. Baylor, Duke. Bowling Green, Texas State. Arkansas, Missouri. Remember, if you're on Patreon, take a look at these games, see what matchups you're interested in, as polls will be coming out tomorrow because watch party for week 4 will be on Sunday morning. Georgia takes on Texas. You got Miami, Clemson. Miami coming off a tough loss of LSU, who we'll see here in shortly. App State and Illinois. Notre Dame, Colorado State, Washington. A lot of surprising starts this year for some teams. Teams that I thought for sure were going to be great really, really stink. And this one is another massive one. This can't be game day if Oklahoma wins, but it would be on BearCave. And we got an FCS game there. Got, TCU at Coastal will be fun. NC State, Pitt. And there we have it. Those are the games. All right, guys. So thank you guys all for watching. I'll see you guys in about 5 to 10 minutes with game day. And then we'll get into recruiting a little later on this evening. Thanks for watching.